Jag skulle säga att den största förändringen är faktiskt just det att han är så numera är, som jag brukar säga, en stand-up-guru för att han är van att uppträda för publik och han kan ta sin publik. Det är kanske inte förvånande men i alla fall frapperande när man jämför med hurdan han faktiskt var och det där relativt blyg och tillbakadragen och inte den som själv tog kontakt utan hans vänner var de som höll kontakt med honom.
Hello everybody out there using Minix. I'm doing a free operating system, just a hobby, won't be big and professional like GNU for 386 and 486 AT clones. This has been brewing since April and it's starting to get ready. I'd like any feedback on things people like or dislike in Minix, as my OS resembles it somewhat. Any suggestions are welcome, but I won't promise I'll actually implement them. Linus Torvalds at Krona Helsinki Fi.
1991. The Soviet Union closes down. The Gulf War. British physicist Tim Berners-Lee releases a hypertext system, calling it the World Wide Web. Microsoft is well on the way for world domination. And on the 17th of September, Linus Torvalds sends the first version of Linux, 0.01, to the world via internet. The first responses arrive within hours.
Siitähän alkoi ensin kuulua tuolla kahvilassa kertomuksia, että tällainen ohjelmisto on ja että se on alkanut levitä. Ja tästä Linuxesta kuultiin myös sitten, että mikähän on miehiä. Kyllä hän niin oli herättänyt huomiota laitoksella kyvyillään siihen mennessä.
Linus based Linux on Unix because of its basic ideals. The original Unix operating system had been created by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie at AT&T's Bell Labs in 1969. Unix was in the beginning a relatively free operating system and very popular in university circles. The philosophy is based on two notions. Firstly, everything is a file. Secondly, when you build something, you write things that are for a single purpose, but that do that purpose well.
Putting Linux out on the net was kind of the natural thing to do in many ways. And there were a lot of small reasons, like the fact that I thought it was a good idea anyway to make Linux available to others so that they could try it out and send comments back to me.
He really had two choices. He could make it completely free, or he could try and charge for it.
Linuxista ei olisi tullut yhtään mitään, jos hän olisi ottanut siitä taloudellista hyötyä, myynyt sitä. Ei kukaan olisi ostanut sitä. Se olisi ollut ihan dead end.
Siitä onkin vähän aikaa, kun täällä viimeksi olet käynyt, että tässä on jo vaihdettu Linuxin jakelukone 3 uuteen versioon.
Joo. Meillä oli aluksi vaikeuksia saada Linux-kamat mahtumaan. Niin
näin oli, joo.
Alun perin Linus ei halunnut julkistaa Linuxia mitenkään vapaaksi. Se mietti sitä hyvin pitkään, että minkälaisen copyrightin alle Linux laitetaan. Ja sitten mä sain pikkuhiljaa ylipuhuttua Linusin julkistamaan Linuxin GNU-copyrightin alla.
Especially as the compiler I used was released under the GPL, I eventually ended up using the GPL myself.
The GNU General Public License GPL, funded by the Free Software Foundation in the mid-1980s, says that if you change and modify the code, you have to make your changes and improvements freely available to anyone. The GPL hinders any one person to have a monopoly over an important piece of technology.
I think that the timing was definitely, even just a year earlier, I don't think it could have been done. And a year later, somebody else would have done something similar. The internet was basically, hadn't gotten started in kind of the general population, but it was getting very strong in university networks.
Mä olin tehnyt siellä postituslista-ohjelmiston ja sitä piti koko ajan laajentaa sinne lisää ominaisuuksia. Ihmisiä alkoi olemaan tuhansia hyvin varhaisessa vaiheessa jo kiinnostuneita. Se oli varsinainen yllätys, koska se niin kuin tuplaantui aika pienin aikavälein. Se on ihan käsittämätöntä, että 1000 ihmisestä tulee seuraavana päivänä 2000 ihmistä ja sitten tulee 4000 sitä seuraavana. Joo, ilman internettiä se Linuxin kehittäminen on ollut kirjessakkia.
My name of choice was Freaks, F-R-E-A-X, which was both the free and freak plus the X that you need to have for Unix.
En tykännyt ajatuksesta nimittää sitä Freaksiksi. Se ei ollut kauhean myyvä nimi.
Ari Lemke, who actually put it up for FTP, thought that it really was a bad idea and really hated the name, and he made the FTP site available for it, and he just called it Linux because he knew that was the working name, and the name stuck. And Linux is the much better name.
All right, we've got an impressive set of geeks and nerds here. And the first question is from the easy category. How do you pronounce Linux?
Well, I pronounce Linux as Linux. However, the total answer to that is, if you are Linus Torvalds, you probably pronounce it as Linux. On the other hand, if you come from the West Coast of the United States, you pronounce it as Linux. And as he said, he doesn't care how you pronounce it as long as you just use it.
It was in July of 1991, which was shortly after Linus had released the 0.09 version of the kernel, that I started playing with Linux. Heard about it on, I think, Usenet, downloaded it from Finland, started playing with it, thought it was really neat. And at that point, there was very limited transatlantic internet bandwidth. So it was very painful to download all these packages from Finland. And so I decided, well, we need to do something about this. And I used my personal workstation that was on my desk, which was tsx11.mit.edu, and I set up a mirror archive of all the kernel sources on my private workstation. And that was the first US Linux FTP site that came into existence.
The first time I got Linux was I downloaded the floppy images for Linux. And in the Penn State University computer lab, I installed it on one of their machines, and they subsequently kicked me out of the computer lab that day. But that was my first experience with Linux.
Fairly early in '92, suddenly I didn't know everybody anymore. That it was no longer me and a couple of friends. It was me and a couple of hundred people who I had no idea where they were, what they did with the system, and who they are. And that was a big step. The 1.0 release in '94 was certainly important, and it meant a lot to me just because there was a lot of work behind it.